Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are doing okay. Before I talk about what I want to talk about on this video, I want to remind you guys. That this world is not going crazy. This is not a crazy world. But the people in this world are going crazy. And therefore, it's making this planet sick. There's too much toxicity on this planet, and therefore it must cleanse itself. If there's too many impurities in your body, eventually it will need to release and flush out what is laying dormant inside of it. So you got to look at this planet the same way. This planet is a body. We call her Mother Nature. When she has to cleanse herself, things happen. Rain, fires, tornadoes, hurricanes, the whole nine. Earthquakes. Sometimes you got to shake things up. Sometimes we got to be shook up to remind us that the world does not revolve around us. Now, most people can say, what you mean it don't revolve around us? Of course it revolves around us. Well, not in the way you think. So just keep in mind, be mindful of this planet. Don't trash this planet. Don't pollute it. Don't mistreat people and display disgusting, toxic behavior. Because you're going to get back what you put out. Now, to my video. Have you guys noticed that R&B is no longer existent? And I think the reason why R&B is no longer existent is because there are people who don't want this planet to be harmonious. And there's a lot of toxicity in the music now. You know, it's just straight, if it's the black community, it's just straight up rap. But there's hardly any conscious music or love music or anything like that. And unfortunately, it has affected the human race. And it has definitely affected the black race. Remember back in the day, men used to go out of their way to try to please a woman, write songs. I mean, just think about a lot of the groups back in the day. Boys to Men, 112, Jagged Edge, even Immature, IMX, B2K. I mean, there's so many different groups. Silk. There's a lot of groups back then who made songs. Of course, we can talk about the guys who had the singles as well. Brian Knight, Joe. You know, a lot of these men back then, the way men represented themselves, men wanted to please the woman. They wanted to make the woman feel like she was appreciated and loved and desired and like she was special. But then things changed, especially once we got into the 2000s. It started getting to the point to where now it's all about tearing down women. Now, I can't solely blame this on men, but I want to make a point, and I want to give an example. Now, in the 90's, even though we had rap, and there was some rap music that used to kind of, wasn't no kind of about it. Rap music would, it would be, we're calling women hoes and bitches and shit like that. But there was also R&B. There were still men out there who held women up to a high regard. But women, not all women now, but a lot of women did not appreciate that. When men were showing love and appreciation to women and uplifting them, desiring them and all of that, it seemed like women, they use that to their advantage. And then into the 2000s, I think 90's R&B or R&B music in general spoiled women so much that they started treating men like they have to do these things. And if they don't do these things, then these women are not going to give these men the time of the day. And it's gotten so bad to where women now talk down on men, treat men like they're nothing, they have no value, and it doesn't matter how much money a man has, she's never going to be satisfied because she has been brainwashed into thinking that she is the prize and that she can do no wrong and that she is here to be spoiled and treated like a queen. But I think a lot of women have fooled themselves. And not only that, they fooled their children, especially if they have daughters. Because they've trained their daughters they train them to use men now for their own selfish desires and wants and gains. And if they have to go to the extreme, they'll use their own bodies to get what they want out of a man. And then will turn around and shit on a man and tell the world that men aren't shit. They will make the world feel like all men are nothing but dogs, and all men care about is just sex. But men don't have integrity. Men don't have self-respect, no self-love. And I think some women feel like men don't feel like they have any value or credibility unless they have a woman in their life, or a particular woman in their life. And I think this is why there are so many women today that are single. It's because I think a lot of women have become very delusional. And when men back in the day, the good men who were uplifting them, singing love songs to them, making love to them, they didn't appreciate that. And now we're in the 2000s, and now the men that were the R&B type, the perfect gentleman, the ones that took pride in opening the door for you, taking you out on dates, the anniversaries, trying to make all y'all's bucket list. Every man was trying to meet And unfortunately, women, they have let that get to their head, and they have brainwashed their daughters into thinking that men are supposed to do this. No, it's a privilege for a man to do that. Especially because society has trained men to do this, which I 100% support. But you can't knock men now who don't care to do the things that, you know, some men used to do. I'm not saying all men used to do this, but some men that who were perfect, who were gentlemen, who respected their partners, respected their partner's family, their partner's parents, and who took pride in raising and structuring the children and keeping them safe. Men don't want to do that now because men don't trust the motives and the actions of women these days. Women, not all, but a lot of women today in this society have become selfish, delusional, and very narcissistic. And now that men are not going to play the fool for women anymore, now women are trying to tear down men and say, oh, men aren't this, men aren't that. But no, I think some women are bitter now because they're not getting the extra help. They're not getting a bailout from men. And now that men are starting to just take ownership of themselves, starting to respect themselves, and started to value themselves more, women are getting frustrated with that now. Because a lot of women have been like, wait, why are you so focused on yourself? Why are you not doing for me? Who gonna help me get my nails done? Pay my bills, take care of my kids. Men don't want to do that no more. Men don't want to be husbands no more. Men don't want to be stepdads no more. And men don't want to be simps and tricks no more. As for me, I was never a trick. I never tricked my money off to near a woman to have sex with her or to even spend time with her. Now, if I'm on a date and I'm going out with her, I'm gonna be a gentleman and pay. But when it comes to like pay to play and for some sexual favors, nah. My confidence and who I am as a man makes a woman want to sleep with me. Why should I have to pay for a woman to have sex with me? Now I gave her power over me. Now she look at me as like a sucker. So now every time I want to have sex with her, she gonna have her hand out. Okay, well, I need this, I need that. We could do things, but you can please. But fortunately, more men are waking up and more men are starting to take their throne. They're starting to act like kings now. And a lot of the kings are watching these so-called queens crash out, act a damn fool, and expose who they really are inside. A lot of them don't have no self-love, no self-value. A lot of these women are not happy unless they're using someone to get what they want, or unless they're tearing other men down just to uplift themselves. And men are not going to sit back and just allow you to just destroy their character anymore. So, which one do you want? You want the R&B type man? You want to bring that man back? Or are you okay with this type of man now? But it seemed like either way, damn, for a man, damn if he does, damn if he doesn't. Because women today are so confused, they don't know what the hell they want. Y'all don't know what type of man y'all want. When y'all had a man back then doing everything they could to try to wife you, raise a family. Oh no, y'all started trying to take advantage of that and being selfish, and y'all started feeling, you know what, no, I can do this all by myself. I don't need him. I don't need him to help me raise the kids. I don't need him to help me pay my bills. Okay, well, don't get mad when a man is not going out his way to help you maintain and survive. So which one you want? You want to be Miss Independent Woman, or do you want to be a wife? Do you want to be a queen? But this is what's happened. It's gotten to the point to where men are not going to be simps no more. They're not going to be lames. They're not going to just allow you to just use them anymore. And just because you got a vagina, he feel like he got to just, fall in line just to get, some sexual favors. Because, unfortunately, women have lost value. A lot of women are bust downs. They open their legs 24/7 now. So it's not hard for a man to get something now. But the women who claim to have some self-value, y'all can't get these men now because of the rules and regulations and all this ridiculous, unrealistic stuff y'all putting on men. So if you want to get the man that you desire, why don't you change your ways and your behavior and see what happens? Take it easy.